November 6th, 1988. Dear Will, I hate November. I truly hate it. It's the worst fucking month to ever exist. Not only is it the anniversary of you being taken into the Upside Down, but it's also an annual reminder of the innocence you lost and the trauma you've endured ever since. All throughout the year, and more frequently in the month of November, I watch you have panic attacks, nightmares, catatonic spells, and flashbacks. And all I want to do is take all that pain away from you. After all, it's my fault that you got taken into the Upside Down in the first place. I think a majority of what happened to you is my fault, actually. Maybe if I hadn't let you go, you wouldn't have been taken by the Demogorgon. Maybe if I'd paid more attention to you while having your episodes, you wouldn't have eventually gotten possessed. Maybe if I'd picked up on the Mind Flayer spying back, then all of those people wouldn't have died. Maybe if I hadn't abandoned you in favor of Elle, you wouldn't have destroyed Castle Byers. Maybe if I'd actually fucking apologized or, I don't know, made it up to you somehow, you wouldn't have moved away. Yeah, it was your mom's call, but you can't tell me you weren't at least glad to be leaving. Glad to be leaving me. Maybe if I'd actually sent the letters I wrote after you moved away, you wouldn't have hated me so much. And maybe, just maybe, if I hadn't almost kissed you, you wouldn't have been targeted by Vecna and levitated above all of us in the final hours of the battle. You almost died. You almost fucking died. Multiple times throughout the years. And it would have been my fault. And for that, I will never, ever forgive myself. Of course, I'd never say any of this to your face because I know you're already dealing with the combined trauma of 100 people and because, I don't know, I don't want to be a burden or make it about me or whatever. Because it isn't about me. You were the one who went through everything, and I just watched and fought where I was needed. That's not the same thing at all. I'm just weak and can't deal with anything. I mean, for instance, look at what happened earlier at your house. Your head rested on my lap while we sat on the couch watching fucking E.T. of all things, and it hit me that I am absolutely useless. I wasn't able to save you back then, and I'm doing jack shit to help you now. When that thought entered my head, I started shaking. Out of nowhere. My hands trembled, my breathing was uneven, and I just felt so hollow. You noticed and immediately sat up and asked me if I was okay. You asked me if I was okay. I tried to reel my feelings back in and convince you that I was fine, that you had nothing to worry about, but I failed miserably. A goddamn tear escaped my eye, and then I was suddenly being held by you so tightly that I thought one of my ribs would puncture a lung. Thank you for that. I don't deserve any of the love you've shown me over the past few years. I don't deserve you, Will. I barely noticed when you were suffering back then, yet it only took one tear for you to pick up on what was happening to me. You deserve so much better. But thank you again. Seriously. Love, Mike.